So today I'm planting my bare root lupines, and it's actually a very easy process. So as you can see here, I'm holding one of the bare roots here. It doesn't seem like much, but they are really like actually just the whole root system here. That's all you get, and it has been cut. The stem would have gone, if you imagine the lupines would start growing. As you can see, it's already starting to sprout from the top here, from all the sides. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to put that down. I'm going to start with my old pot I found here, and then I have my potting soil, really rich, nutritious soil here, and I already added water to it to give it a good start, because a lot of potting soil is really dry, and in that way you can really give the bare roots the best start. So it's, as you can see here, I add enough water so it's really like balls up like this without falling apart. That's a perfect sign of perfect potting soil. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding about, depending on how big your hand is, about 3 handfuls of soil like this. And then I'm taking my bare root here, just gently, really be careful you don't break any of your new sprouts off here if they started the buds here. So I'm gonna just stick it gently down there, don't push too hard. And then I add more potting soil just gently around, all the way around. You don't want to cover it over the new green sprouts coming up here. So I just add a bunch just to the, and you don't want to cover all the way up, so you can see where the old stem was here. You just, and then you can just around here just press a little bit down and then add just so it's just covering the top there. There we go, I think that's perfect. Okay. And then you really have to, because I forget what kind it is or what color I have here, it's the white variety, really beautiful lupine, so I'm adding a label to that. And then, because this is already moist potting soil, I don't have to add a lot. You can, as soon as they dry out here, just gently add with I always use a little watering can here so I don't overwater. And then I will place it in my unheated greenhouse until they start to grow higher here and get more green, the foliage. You can also use like a heated porch or like another sunroom, or a window sill where there's sunny and warm, and they will quickly start to establish. You can start seeing the roots kind of coming out of the pot, and the foliage, really the beautiful foliage of the lupines, will start to grow. When you have around 4 or 5 sets of leaves, really you can really see they get bigger. Then the sign is that it comes out of the pot. That's a sign of you can add it out in the garden after having it in this pot. And using this one really gives you the best way of pre-planting them instead of putting them directly out in the garden. It will give the lupines a head start, and when you use this bare roots, they will already have a good flowering this year. So now this one is ready to go out in the greenhouse. So I have some more lupines today, so I'm going to be quite busy. I have other colors that's really pretty. It's the chandelier, and I have the pages, also a very nice color. As you can see, we love lupines in our garden. It's really cottage style feel. Chandelier, and this one, beautiful yellow ones. I have the governor, is like blue, purple, white, really pretty too. So I'll just continue with more of the other ones here. I have a bunch of more pots. And the lupines here, they really, once they are out in the garden, they don't really need a lot of other things. Once they first establish, it's really a strong perennial. They will come back every year. You can also do cuttings of them, collect seeds. There's just a bunch of benefits having the lupines. Great for pollination. A lot of insects love them. And they grow around 60 to 100 centimeters. So in our garden, it's not close to the body. It's kind of like a middle plant. And we place them normally perennials I use from fingertips, like my palm here, the whole, depending on how long your hand is. But lupins get quite bigger after the second, third season. So I would suggest from fingertips to my elbow, spacing in between the plants. And it's really nice to plant like uneven numbers, like around 3 or 5 in a group. And then also like if you have them, so it's not in a straight line, but you have them like uneven, like you have 2 here and then you have the third one like spaced out. So it's like almost like a little triangle. And then they really close up. The closer you plant, in general the lupins and other perennials, then it'll really close up with its big leaves, all that weed we don't want to have in the garden. So I'm gonna continue with that. And also now this is of course really rich soil, and you can also fertilize out in your garden because they like really rich, nutritious soil. They don't want to stand in water. So yeah, so I'll continue doing that. So if you see these bare roots out in your garden center, it's totally okay to buy them now. But what we have done, because we have a lot of frost here in Denmark, we wait and we just store them in our fridge. For big joy for the family that I spent the whole fridge with bare roots. But they really don't like being planted directly out if there's a chance of really hard frost. So do wait and then place them out when it's ready. And here it's now in the beginning of April. It's time to, and it's safe to put them in the greenhouse because it's really getting warmer and warmer. If you don't have it, there's so many other options. Like I said, inside or in a little safe area where you don't get frost outside. And they really love full sun. They really thrive in there, and you'll get a bunch of new flower spikes. And you can also deadhead, like when they finish flowering, they will produce, you remove the flower when it's finished flowering, and then it might produce another set of flowering stems in late summer. So there's so many benefits with lupins. So I'll continue with putting all these on here. So I'm just going to place them here in the quite warm greenhouse now. As you can see, we have a bunch of plants coming on here. So I'll keep planting all the lupins and put them here, and then they are ready to come out in the garden very soon. So thank you for watching. Moin!